I make $50 an hour by creating and editing short form videos that are less than 60 seconds part-time. And I'm gonna teach you how to do the same. So as the great Muhammad Ali once said, let's get into it. Okay, he probably didn't say that, but I felt like for the sake of the video, it just made the most sense, you know? So let's hop right into the video, why don't we? Here are the 5 steps that you need to follow in order to start making money editing shorts. Step 1, have a decent understanding of an editing software like Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve. Make sure that you know how to add captions, background music, and special effects to vertical videos. If you don't know how to do these things, don't worry, because there are hundreds of tutorials on YouTube. Begin practicing a bit, make some shorts for yourself, make some for your friends, and then once you feel pretty confident, begin advertising your services. However, never advertise services that you can't perform well. You don't have to be #1 at what you do, you just have to be good at it.
For those of you who aren't familiar with editing a simple short, I decided to take a couple minutes to walk you through creating a short with engaging captions, background music, and special effects using Premiere Pro. This walkthrough is almost exactly what I do to earn $50 for 1 hour's worth of editing. Premiere Pro 2024 is a program I will be using in this walkthrough, and the different price packages for Premiere Pro will be provided in the description. All the resources I reference in this quick tutorial will be included in the description below as well. If you are already familiar with editing shorts, then you can skip ahead in the video to the next tip. Alright guys, so the first thing you want to do is go up here to the left and name your project. You want to go over here to the right and select project location. I always use an external hard drive for everything. Now you're going to go over here to the left and you're going to locate where your footage is. I have already pre-cut some footage just for the sake of time, and I'm going to name this sequence #1 raw footage, raw foot for short. Then after you've selected the project name, location, and footage, you're going to hit create. Now the workspace that I'm currently using, which I like the most, can be located in Windows and Workspace, and I use the captions and graphics. The first thing I'm going to do is import pre-saved captions and pre-saved music that I always use, which is also found on my external hard drive. This saves me a lot of time because you can go in and pre-save different font styles and pre-save different sound effects and music and then reuse them across different edits. I'll show you guys how to pre-save these as well. I'm going to go to text fonts, Alex Hormozy font size. I'll include a YouTube video in the description that I watched that helped me create this Alex Hormozy font, which was super helpful. Next, I'm going to add some background music. I'm gonna go over here to add-ons, music. Now I'm going to import presets. Presets are pretty much just pre-saved effects that I applied to all of my captions and graphics. In order to import presets, you can't import them in this area. You have to go to the actual effects tab. So what you're going to do is go here to presets, you're going to double click if you're on Mac or right click if you're on PC, and go to import presets, locate where your presets are saved. For me, it's going to be in the add-ons file, and then I'm going to select my presets. Now these presets were pre-created and all I did was just download them from another creator who was using them in a video, which was super helpful. So now that we have our presets, we're gonna go over here to projects and we are going to start this edit. Now this toolbar up here, of course, is essential. This will play the video. This button right here will push the video to the end and this will push the video to the front. What I'm going to do is add captions, auto-generated captions. In order to add auto-generated captions, you have to first transcribe the text. So we're gonna go to the text tab, which is already open. If your text tab isn't open, you're gonna hit these 3 arrows and you're going to locate text right here. We're going to then hit transcribe. Now Premiere Pro is pretty much analyzing the audio and then creating captions. Right here is kind of the transcript. Now when you hit play, you'll begin to see that the system is able to follow exactly what's being said.
A DoorDash customer tried luring me in.
So what I usually do here is I remove all of the commas and periods. So you're gonna hit this search bar and you're gonna hit whatever character you're searching for. So I hit comma. Now once you type in the character you're looking for, the AI used in Premiere Pro will now locate that character throughout the entire video. So after I hit comma, I will go to replace. And in order to delete all of the commas or delete any character throughout an entire video, right here where it says replace with, you just want to hit backspace and that's all. Or delete if you have a Mac. Once you hit backspace, you hit replace all. And now all of the commas are out of the video. And I do the same with periods. Now in order to create captions, what you're going to do is go up here near transcript and you're going to go to captions. You're going to hit create captions from transcript. And what you want to do is go down here to captioning preferences. Now under this drop down menu is where you actually begin to adjust the captions. So in style, if you have a pre-saved style, you can apply it. I won't apply it right now. Just to show you guys what the default captions will look like. Maximum length in characters is how many characters are going to be shown at once on the screen. I usually go to about 15. Maximum duration in seconds, I usually go anywhere between 2 and 3. So for now, we'll go 2 seconds. I'm not really sure what gap between frames means, honestly, but you can either choose whether you want the captions to appear as single lines or double lines. I usually choose single lines, and then you hit create captions. Now, when you do this, captions are generated in this captions tab. Now there's 3 separate sections on the timeline that can be edited. On the bottom is audio, in the middle is video, and on the very top is subtitles. If you want to adjust how much is shown, you can just move this up and down by clicking and holding on your mouse. Now what we're going to do is hit play, and we'll see these captions on the actual video.
A DoorDash customer tried luring me into their house.
You see the captions are appearing here. Now what I usually do is I highlight all of these captions. In order to highlight all captions, you're going to press down on your mouse or keypad. You'll get this box and you're going to just go over all the captions. Now, the reason I highlight all the captions is because when all the captions are highlighted, I can apply the same effects to all of them rather than having to click each caption individually. Now, here's where you'll adjust the color. Here's where you'll adjust the stroke. I have a pre-saved style. So I'm going to hit Alex Hormozy font style. I'm going to lower the size of the style just a little bit. In order to adjust, you're going to wait for these 2 arrows to appear. You're going to press down on your keypad, and then you're gonna either push to the left if you want the captions to go towards the left, or push to the right with your finger if you want the caption to go to the right. If you ever make a mistake in Premiere Pro, you can hit Command Z if on Mac, or Control Z if on PC. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually raise these captions a little bit. In order to raise the captions, you're just going to press down, move your fingers to the left, or move your fingers to the right if you want to lower the captions. And now, when I hit play,
A DoorDash customer tried luring me into their house, and this is how.
You see that all of the captions are now the same. The way to deselect all the captions is just to click off anywhere inside of the sequence. So you just click off, and now none of the captions are selected. Now, if you want to save a font style, here's what you would do. We go to text. Let's say I don't want to use these captions, and I instead want to use this font. And instead of having the captions white, I want to have the captions yellow. I'll go over here to fill, double tap, go here, type in the hex code or color code that I want to apply, hit OK. Now all of the captions are going to be this color. Now let's say I like this, I want to save this font style. I'll go up here to track style, hit create style, and then you would just name your font style. And then you hit OK. Now your font styles won't transfer over to each new Premiere Pro project that you open. So what you want to do is double click, hit export text files, and then export this text file to wherever you want it to be saved. Now that we have the font style we like, we have to now add animations to the captions. These captions cannot be animated in the caption portion of the timeline. We have to change these captions to graphics, which will then appear in the visuals portion of the timeline. So what you're going to do is, again, highlight all of the captions. You're going to go up to the graphics and titles tab, and you're going to go down here to upgrade captions to graphics. Now, from my understanding, in order to actually do this, you have to have Premiere Pro updated to either 2023 or 2024. If you have below 2023, I don't believe you have the option to upgrade your captions to graphics. So what you're going to do is now, for example, I'm going to highlight a few of these captions right here. I'm going to go to effects. I'm going to go to pop in, which is the pop in effect. You're going to click on the effect you want and drag it. You'll see a plus appear where the hand is. And now once you do that, when we hit play, you'll see that the effect was applied to all of the selected captions.
A DoorDash customer tried luring me into their house.
If you don't like the effect that you use, then all you have to do is hit Command Z or Control Z. Now I'm quickly going to show you guys how to apply background music. So what we're going to do is go over here to the arrows tab. We're going to locate our project, and we're going to locate the music we want to use. So what I'm going to do is first go all the way to the end of my video. I'm going to select the timeline portion of Premiere Pro, move this over here. I'm now going to click and drag the music. Now what you'll see is that the music isn't just an audio file, but rather it is a video. Now in order to remove the actual visual aspect of this video, so that I can just have the audio, I'm going to hit Command L on Mac or Control L on PC. And when you do this, it ungroups the audio file with the visual file. And once I've done this, you can double click, hit cut, or you can just select the visual file and hit backspace or delete. And once you do that, you are only left with the audio file. Now, another way to just have the audio file is to come over here to the left side and deselect V1. And when you drag over the file, the only thing that will appear will be the audio file. And if you're ever trying to drag over a file and you're wondering, oh crap, why is the audio only dragging over, or why is the visual only dragging over, make sure that you have both the visual and audio options selected. We're going to take our audio, click and drag, and place it on the second track. We're going to go back here. In order to adjust the volume of the music, I'm going to click the audio track I want to adjust. I'm going to go over here to the arrow tab. I'm going to hit audio clip mixer. And in order to actually adjust the audio of a track, you have to place this sticky thing on the actual audio track. It's at 0 right now, but I'm going to lower it to -25. I'm going to lower my volume as well to -5. Now when the video is played, you'll hear the music in the background softly.
A DoorDash customer tried luring me into their house.
Here's what the background music would sound like if I didn't lower the volume. Go back over here, hit 0, hit play.
A DoorDash customer tried.
It is extremely loud, which is exactly what we don't want. Let's hit -25 and shaboom. In order to export this file, we're going to go over here to the top, go to export. You're going to name the file. You're going to click location, choose the location. There's all this stuff. If you want an explanation for all these different things, I'll provide a helpful video in the description as well. Now, one thing that I noticed while editing in Premiere Pro was that whenever you export a video, the color in Premiere Pro is much darker. And once the video actually exports, the colors look kind of washed out. So in order to combat this, I usually apply a LUT or a filter to the edited footage at export. So what I usually do is I go to the effects tab. You're gonna hit LUT, and I'm going to select a LUT that I have pre-saved. There are different LUTs that you can find, but I will provide a link to the in-depth video that I watched and that provided me with this LUT. I'm gonna choose the LUT, which is right here, the Gamma Composition Cube, hit open. You see that the LUT makes it much darker, but once we actually export the file, it's not going to be this dark. I don't know why Premiere Pro has this weird bug, but it does. Make sure that entire source is selected. If you have source in, source out, or like custom, then you won't be able to get the entire file at export. So make sure entire source file is selected. And from there, you're just going to hit export, wait a couple minutes, and then we are going to actually open the file, play it back, and that's it. Now, after a couple weeks or a couple months, you'll get pretty good at adding auto-generated captions. It should be noted that I didn't get my first client for about 2 months, but I also wasn't advertising my services that much. It took me about 4 months before I got my first weekly client on Fiverr. So just be patient with yourself, be confident in your work, make sure that you are pretty familiar with Premiere Pro. So now that you know how to quickly edit a short form video using Premiere Pro, let's get back to the other steps that you need to follow in order to start earning $50 an hour as a short form editor.
Step number 2, create a seller account on a platform like Fiverr or Upwork. I have linked my Fiverr seller account in the description, and you can look at this account for direction and inspiration. Step number 3, research how to stand out as a short form editor. Watch videos, read blogs, take notes of other major sellers and their prices, and make sure to apply what you learn. Step number 4, create different packages with different price points and different services that you offer. My packages on Fiverr range anywhere from $50 to $175. The lowest price package that I offer is a 60-second edited video that includes background music, captions, and zooms. It generally takes me about an hour to complete a video that falls under this package. As the details inside of my packages increase, so does the price per package. This is mainly because the time invested is greater when I start adding different effects and graphics. When I complete videos that fall under my 75 to 175 packages, I will average anywhere from $18 to $30 an hour, depending on the time investment for the project. Currently, I edit about 2 to 3 shorts a week for different clients, some of which order directly through Fiverr and some of which you don't. And step number 5, which is the final step, when you get started, offer special deals, discounts, and promotions. You obviously don't have to continuously discount your work. However, when you're just starting out, you are competing with well-established editors. It doesn't hurt at all, and I would actually advertise that it's smart to incentivize potential clients to work with you instead. For example, right now I am offering a promotion where I give new customers a silver plan video for $1 when they purchase 1 or more videos from me. Ideally, this will increase my reviews, which will increase my customer traction. Now, if you were watching this video, you were obviously looking for more ways to make money online. And since you are, you have to check out this video above where I describe one of my side hustles that gives me an additional $1,700 per month working from home. Always remember, guys, wisdom is free and knowledge is power. And until next time, take it easy.